Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Press Start to Play. I'm your host Ayush from Gameafine, and joining me today is Sushir Rahman, Dan Rodriguez, Manas Joy, and Abhija.
What's up?
Hello.
Full crew.
Yes, crew today.
At last.
It's five out of five finally after a long amount of time, right? I think the first time after we actually met.
Yeah.
The first time we're all meeting face to face virtually again. All of us.
Almost a month, no?
Yeah. But it's been a crazy month, man. And today we have a great show lined up for you today. We're going to be talking about the recent delays for the Harry Potter game. We're going to talk about the THQ Nordic Showcase and other news that's been swirling around. We're going to be discussing what games we have been playing these days, what we've been reading, what we've been watching, and maybe some recommendations will come out of that. And we're also going to take your comments, which has been a long time coming. I think we have a great list of comments lined up for today, and I think we should get right into it. So, Sushir, without further ado, let's take us away with the news.
First things first, this is a sad news for me. I mean, it might be a happy news for some of you because, I mean, I don't know why you guys want me to lose, but this is like a sad news for me. मेरे fantasy critic का एक बहुत बड़ा choice is got delayed. So, Hogwarts Legacy, you know, you're a wizard, Harry. That game has, I don't know for what reason. दिखा रहे थे सब जिफ दिखा रहे थे कितने अच्छे वेदर्स दिखा रहे थे एंड एवरीथिंग और मैंने सोच रहा था कि नहीं अरे ये गेम तो आएगा ही एंड इट हैज बीन डिलेड सो नवंबर में जो गेम रिलीज होने वाली थी एंड नाउ इट्स गोइंग टू बी February 10th close to my birthday but yeah good for them. Next year looks very packed though. Like, but before going to all that,
just want to push Ragnarok into 2023, and
that's not gonna happen, Ayush.
I want to play God of War. So again, this is like distracting, but yes,
right.
I was very sure Harry Potter was going to get delayed. Like I was very sure. I have never heard of a AAA game in the last 5 years coming out on the date it was supposed to come out.
Ragnarok karega.
So this video came out on their Twitter, official Twitter. The community manager Chandler Wood, he talked about it for like a few seconds, and he said that they are excited, but they just need a little bit more time, crunch, to deliver the biggest, best possible game experience.
The word that gaming industry does not use now in the last 2-3 years.
Cannot
the
use
word that shall not be named.
Scared as shit. Okay, so that happened, but let me also tell you on the side note, like something, the pattern that has been emerging regarding some of the games which are supposed to come out this quarter. Games very recently which were delayed to 2023. So Hogwarts Legacy is definitely on the top. Then comes Marvel's Midnight Suns, that XCOM-like game that you thought that didn't exist. I thought didn't exist. Yeah. There is this fantastic multiplayer survival shooter called Nightingale that also got delayed. It has a good thriller and everything. And again, Metal Slug Tactics for people, who love that, strategy stuff. So all of these games got delayed to 2023.
So
delays. Right? अच्छे दिन आएंगे
नेक्स्ट ईयर तो कोई फ्री स्लॉट ही नहीं है नहीं. If anybody wants to delay the कहाँ डालेंगे गेम को?
कहाँ कौन सा
जनवरी है ना
वैसे. हाँ, लाइक वो मिडिल, लाइक ये जो समर टाइम वाला होता है, इस टाइम में भी तो गेम इज लाइक ज्यादा आते नहीं ना इस टाइम पे गेम.
नो, 2023 looks packed.
फाइनेंशियल ईयर एंड से पहले एंड हॉलिडे सीजन के पास ही नॉर्मली सारा वो रहता है ना, वो बंच्ड अप.
Nice. But yeah, sad to hear
good
that,
for
man.
future us.
Happy for my fantasy cricket league. Cricket league.
Yeah, so let's go to the next thing that might make Ayush happy. Ayush, have you heard the next news? I don't know. You can't see. You can't see the news, right? So Good Guy Epic. Finally, I mean, first time these three words have been used in the same sentence. Good Guy Epic will finally honor FIFA 2023 purchase. I just received an email. I hope Abhi uses that same screenshot. It says, "Hi Sushir, a few weeks back we scored a pretty spectacular own goal when we inadvertently offered FIFA 23 pre-purchase on the Epic's game store at an incorrect price, which is 4.8 INR." वो तो नहीं लिखे हैं।
5
हमारे-
रुपए
रुपए भी फल।
5 रुपए. Epic
Yes.
is better than Game Pass, मतलब
Yeah.
value wise.
So they're saying it was our mistake, and we wanted to let you know that we will be honoring all pre-purchases made at that price. So all the Indian people who managed to snag that deal and are never going to play that game, good news for them.
Hey,
उसके
but
बाद-
इसमें the sorry, कौन
नहीं बताओ आनस. हाँ.
इसमें जैसे the mail came from Epic Games,
Mhm.
लेकिन नीचे लिखा हुआ है EA Sports FIFA team.
Yeah.
So the decision,
हो सकता है.
I think it might be like between the two of them, right?
Yeah.
I'm
मिलजुल के.
sure
Yeah.
EA is not getting all of that 100% of that 5 rupees, right? Some share must be going to EA.
What will they do?
So we can add to that good guy EA Sports FIFA team also.
Yes,
another
that you
combination
haven't
combination that has not been used for a long time. but it sounds good. It sounds good. I'm happy. I'm
ये
happy.
कैप्शन होना चाहिए वीडियो का अभी
Don't think so. Oh my god. I'm always scared that people, sometime in the future might make a clip out of all of this and make fun of me.
This is like the time when Sushi defended a score of 8. A score of 8 he had to defend.
So that is all good news. So EFA Sports, EA Sports FIFA 23 comes out next month, right?
September, I think
Yeah.
normally it is.
Yeah. So we hope everybody has a good time with that. But moving on, okay, ये तो अच्छा news हो गया. Let's talk about another good news. So this week seems a lot of good news altogether. Indus Battle Royale, and I got a special email. Substack Rishi Alwani ji, he forwarded it to us, gave me feed, and I'm also subscribing it, so I know
Rishi,
that.
If you're watching this video, we'll cover that PR on our website.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You're going to do that because, I hope you can, get us in the in team. कि कोई पुणे से अगर आके गेम वेम खेल ले, थोड़ा चेक वेक कर ले and write something about it, it will be great. But yeah, before
बुलाओ हमको.
बुलाओ please, कोई नहीं बुलाता. Indus Battle Royale is a free-to-play battle royale game crafted in India for the world. So in this game, you are a myth walker, you're like a hired gun adventurer. You're kind of a blank slate, and you are going to this planet called Indus. और यहाँ पे बहुत सारा घमासान युद्ध. I think that's the Hindi, right? And it's getting better. So that's going to happen, and there's a lot of Indian lore to it, and people have been really liking that. There was a recent survey that they did, in-house survey too, that they did on Twitter and everywhere, and people said that they really liked the fact that this is focusing on Indic lore and making all that. There was I don't know if it's a callback. It's callback to Control. There's a gun. A few people have watched that. Yeah. The gun changes and everything, and I really like that part. And also the Ganesha skin that is there.
Yeah, the designs are so really cool in this, man. I really like the designs in this.
Yeah, and
I wonder when the zeitgeist of India gets his hand on it and how they think about that.
Right. I hope everything is all right.
News pe to hoga ye.
It's all for the good.
Some conversation about it.
Yeah. And especially released today on the Independence Day. This trailer has got quite a few views, and I hope people will be liking it. It's
and the
really looked
trailer
cool.
was shown on Times Square.
Times Square, yeah.
Times Square. So right in the middle of Times Square. It's a crazy place to be for a video game that's coming from an Indian studio.
Yeah.
So big kudos to them for making that happen, and best of luck.
And I'm also keeping my fingers crossed. Right after this showed the Nimbu Mirchi charm on the gun a few months back, I made a comment, telling them like, okay, these are the things you should add to. I am keeping my fingers crossed regarding that. Hope something.
एक वो हांडी भी होगी क्या वो जिसपे वो मास्क फेस बना हुआ काला.
Like I would really love like a Trishul or something, on the gun, and it's really nice. Yeah. Let's go on to the next news.
एक वो उड़ते हुए हनुमान जी होते हैं ना जो ऑरेंज वाले. I have one in my car, so I shouldn't be one to complain. But वो गन पे बहुत awesome लगा. वो प्लास्टिक के हनुमान जी ऐसे balanced.
Well, this could be a cool way to like kind of expose the world to these. जैसे वो नींबू मिर्ची वाला I thought was like a cool touch ना वो बाहर के लोग भी देखे ना. This is how like Indian culture थोड़ा could be pretty cool. I hope it's a success.
Yeah.
Maybe we can get like our swastik out from the enormity of the
Oh, yeah,
Nazi swastik through this.
वो तो कोटाको आर्टिकल लिखेगा
और उसमें बताएगा भी नहीं प्रॉब्लम क्या है. It is so bad. I cannot even write it in this article.
You're already predicting controversial articles. Rishi is like, okay, taking notes.
मेरा इनको PR नहीं भेजना है.
इनको नहीं भेजना है.
पहले लग रहा था भेजेंगे, अब तो नहीं भेजेंगे. लिख के काट दिया.
यही लोग कोटाको को ईमेल करेंगे. But yeah, okay. Jokes apart. Next news. We're going through this like rapid fire because the next news is Take-Two. इसमें ज्यादा अभी को दिखाने लायक कुछ होगा नहीं, तो वीडियो नहीं, कुछ नहीं, स्क्रीनशॉट ही दिखा देना अभी. Take-Two is making a Middle Earth game with Weta Workshop. So a new Middle Earth game is
interactive. That's the publisher, right?
Yeah, Take-Two is the publisher. That's the mega publisher. Their label is Private Division, which is another publisher, and Weta is like another company. That's a New Zealand company. और जो लोग if people who are not aware, they created all the special effects and the props for Peter Jackson के जितने भी मूवी थे, Lord of the Rings, Hobbit, सबके लिए King Kong का reboot सब बनाए लोग. And even in the Amazon Prime Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power, जो वर्ल्ड का सबसे कीमती शो होने वाला है, that's being all the special effects is being done by them. They developed their own game studio back in 2014. So this is going to be the first game. So private division
से लोग क्या कर रहे थे, वो लोग कुछ नहीं किया उन लोगों ने.
नहीं, I think it's like a hybrid kind of a team. They might have been working on the special effect. This is, I think, licensing का कुछ issue था. I think that's why they waited around a little while. Like Middle Earth, the statement from Private Division reads that Middle Earth Enterprises have licensed the literary works of the series, providing Weta Workshop with the broadest creative license to interpret the underlying lore of the books. So
I see.
Interesting. Very.
तो Star Wars 13 की तरह एक गेम बन सकता है ना Middle Earth का, like which does not like in the sense like जो cancelled game था ना, right. Bounty hunter but not one of the main characters. So that's what I'm hearing from this ना, उस तरह का कुछ थोड़ा सा.
I think
does not have to do.
I think still what the problem is, and that we can discuss in with other LOTR nerds if there are any out here or in the audience.
In the chat.
Third age का जो part है, apart from that, I think जो license है, everybody else can work on that. Yeah. But even Amazon can't work on the third age. So ये third age का कोई भी influence.
That's the books, right?
Yeah.
That's the Lord of the Rings, the 3 books.
Right.
That's the third age, right?
Right.
तो जो like जैसे मेरे हिसाब से when I saw that trailer, so I am a LOTR fan, big fan. Like I think that is the source of all high fantasy in the world right now. ठीक है, तो जो when I saw the trailer for that and like, और आज के time में ना where we have all these myriad of social.
Don't say it.
Let me say this: myriad of social like influences coming into movie making and all that. So I was afraid that this would dilute the impact of the material itself, source material itself, like because where they are trying to shoehorn characters or attributes which do not fit that narrative maybe in most sense. And for most part that trailer does kind of like speak to that. Like there are characters which probably you would not have thought would exist in the Middle Earth demography, let's say.
You're saying elves should be white, orcs should be black.
I don't know, but I guess we'll find out by the end of this year. But
and women should be non-existent. Just like all token books.
मैं शक्तिमान थोड़ी ना हूँ मैं. इतने भी रिग्रेसिव व्यूज नहीं है मेरे. अभी I am in traditionalist now. थोड़ा 5 साल में I will be regressive ऐसा. See, that's the thing. I am still, मेरे जो viewpoints हैं ना, political viewpoints, they're still there. यहीं पर है वो, ठीक है. तो when I was in school, I was liberal. ठीक है.
They changed what liberal meant.
थॉट स्कूल वही है, मेरा स्कूल ऑफ थॉट वही है, ठीक है. अब सोसाइटी आगे पहुंच गई, मेरी कांस्टेंट वहीं पर है. अब मैं ट्रेडिशनल स्कूल ऑफ थॉट में आ चुका हूँ, और अभी 5 साल बाद I'll be regressive.
Within the next 2 decades, I usually be the racist grandpa whom you don't want your friends to meet.
But you love hearing stories from.
Yeah, he has swastika insignia. That's like a callback joke.
So you never know how society would turn, right? Like,
absolutely,
you never know. But anyway, so what I was trying to say is, I don't, I like the fact that it is not third age. That's what I like about the show. At least it's not touching the core source material that I grew up on. So I think you can experiment with all they want with that first one. I know it like kind of dilutes, mere hisab se dilutes the original वगैरह, but
just like some people think, Lord of the Rings by Peter Jackson is like one of those Last of Us games which doesn't need a remake. Remake की कोई जरूरत नहीं, original काफी है.
I think like
great movies.
But I think this अभी और time है. Like I think like LOTR should be remade, but there is space here. I think Wheel of Time takes precedence.
Still holds.
नहीं, that's what I am sure it will be remade. मतलब I am sure.
Of course.
I think it's a need of time. Like किसी एक time पे 50 like 20-30 years from time, you need to have that vision again for like the next generation to like look up to and understand that material. So वो तो definitely है.
But I think the fact that they went mostly with practical effects instead of like CG really helped them, because even now watching it, it looks very, very, very good because it's all done practically, right? Same like Jurassic Park 1. All practical work, so it stands up.
I see.
Time here, baby. I feel.
Okay, and now to the last bit of news. I know we have skipped on quite a lot, but thankfully, just because of the Gamifine and the Press Start to Play podcast team, those news are unimportant. So finally, we're getting to the last part of the news. THQ Nordic wale stream pe, I saw this. Finally.
This is the one I want to talk about.
Okay, I don't think so. The two wrestling fans getting happy, but no, we're going to talk about another horror game.
Shit.
Alone in the Dark, which nobody ever wants to be.
The real horror game is AEW Fight Forever.
Okay, let me give you guys the chance to say, like, क्योंकि ये मतलब हजम नहीं होगे तुम लोग की. Why don't you talk about AEW a little bit and take us through what that game is about? Tell us.
So, this is so like Manas was talking about, like 2023 is a great year, right? But 2022 is a special year in the fact that there are three wrestling games releasing this year. Okay, WWE 2K20. WWE 2K23, okay, AEW Fight Forever and WrestleQuest.
WrestleQuest.
That doesn't count.
WrestleQuest is something even I have actually.
Macho Man Randy, WrestleQuest में, But anyway, so I think like
ये AEW मैंने देखा नहीं. What's wrong with it? Like you didn't.
Okay, settle down.
Right to the point.
Let's get started. 30 minutes on the clock. I would so before, obviously I have a lot of things to say about this kinds of stuff, so I will like first transfer to Abhi. I want to know what his thoughts are on AEW Fight Forever release and like what he thinks and what he hopes for.
So AEW Fight Forever is made by the developers who once made WWE games. Someone from the older like WWF No Mercy, I think. Someone from there, I forgot the name.
Game director.
Game director came in. So I was excited. But when I saw the trailer, whatever gameplay even is out right now, whatever they showed, it looks more arcadey as compared to WWE 2K22. Not only in terms of gameplay, but also it feels in terms of visuals. I feel like it's much more of an arcade game, pure arcade game. Like I would go physically to an arcade game and play the visuals when I see an arcade game in real life in some mall or whatever. The visuals in there seems like the same in here, which is not bad exactly, but I felt like when WWE is going not exactly realistic, but somewhat in the graphic levels of things, this game is not. At the same time, I feel like there's some more. They have added like these extra arcade mini games where some weird things. I don't even remember what it is, but there's a lot of arcade mini games in a wrestling game which is fine. Some people might enjoy it, but I felt like that was not when somebody needs a wrestling game, they would need like wrestling things in it. But when there's mini games where somebody's using a baseball bat and swinging, 5 people baseball bat and swinging, I felt like that was out of place. In some way, some people will enjoy it, but I felt it was out of place. I was not into it that much. They showed a gameplay, and the gameplay showed where there was intergender match, a female versus a male, and the girl was using a chair, and she hit the chair onto the guy's head, and somehow the chair was stuck on his head automatically, and he was moving with it. Like the chair is here, and he's like walking around. And I was like,
it's a feature.
That does not happen. But it looked, it's not a new feature.
वो folding chair ऐसा है, बीच में थोड़ा gap होता है ना, maybe that's why.
But it's like एक ही shot में it was folding chair. So usually what's like बार shot करो, then the chair starts bending, and then maybe. पर वो एक ही बार में वो वहाँ पे है और चल रहा है, तो it felt
maybe
weird.
वो align करके रखा हो ना.
God knows.
माला के तरह.
पर यार वैसे मतलब like अभी through that I would say like if that was not a feature ना, they would not have showed it in the trailer. Like ऐसा नहीं कि कुछ गलत निकल के
गलत तो नहीं होगा.
अरे ये कैसे चला गया ट्रेलर में?
ना वो तो नहीं होगा.
Oh no
guys, oh shit. But
so many apologists. Oh my god. Continue.
But like it's okay, but maybe वो feature होगा I guess. मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है. But it was an odd thing to see ना. अजीब. जैसे एक trash can भी है, तो when she put a trash can on him, which is supposed to like give damage, trash can bend हो जाएगा. Generally previous games में ऐसा ही था. But इसमें उसके सर के ऊपर था, and he starts walking, जो मुझे odd लगा. Like when the male wrestler is not taking it out, he just walks. और वो ऐसे अटका हुआ है. It's like it felt odd. So maybe that's where it's more arcadey, too much arcadey for me. So I thought that's the reason where I was disconnected with the game. Maybe some people who like arcade games will love it, but I was disconnected in that way. I will probably still switch to WWE2K22, but still the game is not out yet. Maybe there is a lot more. They have like very few matches in there. They listed out like 7 to 8 matches only, which I thought is a lot less. And there's a lot they have not mentioned, of course. So I'm a little bit optimistic, but I'm not so sure. I'm a little bit in doubt as well on how the game will actually be. That's my like overall thoughts.
Yeah. So for comparison, WWE 2K, I think like maybe a couple of years ago, or maybe this one had 68 types of matches. 68. Yeah. So like the permutation combination that you can create like 68 type of matches in that. So
does
I think like
I just saw the
chair. I just saw the chair.
See, it's so weird to look, man. अजीब दिखता है एकदम.
डस्टबिन भी लेके चल रहा है
वो. मतलब it's odd.
Oh, it's awesome. So, this is the wrestling game I want.
I think. See, there you go.
It reminds me of Raw versus SmackDown, honestly. थोड़ा.
Getting to newer audiences. That's what the point of the game
Look
is.
एकदम Raw versus SmackDown वाला पूरा या No Mercy वाला जो look है, it's the same. But maybe it's trying to get new audience.
मुझे ऐसा लग रहा है when the scope is so limited now, mostly what you need is the arena and the players and the background. So you can have great visuals. नहीं ऐसा थोड़ी कि you're making like
but Manas, okay, like but if the tone doesn't match the visuals, ना the problem होती है. Like if they have the graphics which are very similar, sim based,
hyper-realistic side.
But then you have like these like mini games and this chairs going through your head and like all that stuff walking around in a garbage can. वो tone match नहीं करती इतनी strongly.
नहीं वो भी ठीक है, तो मैं बोलूँगा maybe do something else with the art style, but वो visual appeal तो तब भी आ सकता है. Like it can still look great.
I think that works great with WrestleMania. I think that works great with something that looks like WrestleMania. वो जो WrestleQuest. What was the name of the game?
But WrestleQuest is like pixelated.
But like it might be similar to WWE All Stars. There was a game, I think.
Yeah.
Correct. Same.
Yeah. That looks okay.
Good point, Avi. But that game came out at least 10 years ago. At least 10 years ago.
Oh yeah, PS3, PS6.
Yeah, even exactly. But they released 2K20 के बाद they released something, right?
Battleground था ना शायद.
Battlegrounds.
That art style seems similar to अभी जो AW का game art style है. And it is funny.
But that game was mobile first.
That's true.
मतलब ये देख के थोड़ा ऐसा लग रहा है कि they have budget restrictions or something.
Yeah, AW में probably होगा.
I think it's clear that's a budget restriction thing. So the thing is like I have all the same comments as Avi. ठीक है, but I agree with everything that he said. It's a little disappointing to see. So it's like when when WWE left the relationship with Hughes, and moved on to 2K. you felt like, and then the next game came out was a disaster. It was broken in places where everything was broken. So you felt like, they should not have moved on from Ukes. But from this trailer, it looks Ukes has not moved on from that, which is like they're still on that 5-7 year gap when they changed hands. From 2K they went on to someone else, but like they're still there, which is fine. I think like for a first iteration of the game, it's fine as long as it offers a kind of a different alternative to WWE's sim world option.
Yeah.
And it is a precedent of the first game. Like it cannot be like a one-off game in this year. There has to be a new Fight Forever 2 that comes out next year, and there has to be Fight Forever 3 that comes out next year, whatever. Like quotes from there, but because only then both games will improve. That's the only situation in which both games will improve, like WWE and AEW, right? So yeah, that's my view. I think obviously I'm going to play it. Try, and we'll see how far I can get to platinum in it, because as you all know, I have a platinum. I have a problem, but that's not that's not what we are here to talk about, right? But yeah, best of luck, man. We'll have fun, and let us know in the comments if you will be becoming AEW Fight Forever.
नहीं, ये सब लिखने की कोई जरूरत नहीं है.
Tell us.
Manas would not make those comments.
Just tell us if you're a wrestling fan, if you like a new podcast for wrestling.
Oh shit. हाँ वो चलेगा that time.
जिसमें हम लोग मानस को लेके आएंगे.
नहीं
जबरदस्ती बिठाएंगे.
मानस को बोलेगा कि you please Manas, let us know your thoughts.
we should do like a Manas reacts video and show him wrestling matches. That's a good idea.
I'll watch that.
That's what I'm going to push Manas to do now.
यहाँ पे आ गए हम लोग रिएक्ट वीडियोस पे. ठीक है,
हम उसके बाद लेट्स टॉक अबाउट अंधेरे में अकेला.
Cycle, it's a cycle.
The slide of PS2P continues. Back to the actual news, okay? So THQ Nordic वाले स्ट्रीम पे जो असली गेम जो दिखाया गया, that was Alone in the Dark. This is going to be a reimagining of this classic horror series. I think lots of people among us might have played the 2007-8 का game था, Alone in the Dark, right?
हमारी audience सब जिंदा नहीं होगी.
I think it's older.
I don't
than
remember.
There are some games older than that. I think there is like a trilogy or like a duology before that. Yeah.
Because this remake is based on that trilogy.
Yeah.
Oh, I know
so it's at development at that Swedish studio Pieces Interactive, and there are some good people associated with it. It has been in development for 4 years. And
okay, just want to say in Sushir's notes it says in development for 4 hours. मैंने कहा ये क्या है?
I wrote that. I made that mistake in 4 seconds.
4 दिन game in.
मैं कहा इसका क्या मतलब?
Yeah. So the thing was saying VGC. I saw that too. Don't worry. VGC, got the news. Michael Hedberg. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. He's the person behind Amnesia, Soma, the writer behind that. He's directing and writing the game. And monster designs are all by Guy Davis. He's the guy behind Evolve, Pacific Rim, and stuff like that. So according to THQ, this is supposed to be a love letter to the original game. There's going to be a classic third-person horror thing, strange and interesting characters, dense atmosphere, and thrilling combat. The interesting thing that I want to point out is that this game is set in the deep south of the United States in the 1920s, and there are going to be 2 characters, Emily Hartwood and Edward Carnby. At the starting of the game, you can choose as any character and play the game and make their choices. Yeah. So during all this while, what you're trying to do is that Emily Hartwood has an uncle who's now disappeared, and you're looking for him in the manor of Derceto, जहाँ पे mental asylum है, like all good horror games begin, and all the strange occupants, and all the problems and the monsters and conspiracies and everything will start off there. The game looks good. I personally thought it looked good, and there are going to be choices and everything. The NPCs will react to you differently depending on the character that you choose. Cutscene अलग होंगे and everything. Unreal Engine 4 पे बन रहा है. I think because it's 4 years in development.
4 hours. 4 hours तो फिर तो UE5 होता.
4 hours.
I'm thinking like some games like currently are switching from 4 to 5. So maybe that might happen to them too. PlayStation 5, Xbox Series XS, and PC. That's where it's going to release. इस बार के Gamescom 2022 में there's a playable teaser available at the THQ Nordic booth, at Cologne.
So this will then probably come online also, na? Like I think सबके लिए available.
Hopefully, yeah.
I would like to play
that. And so that's it. That's for the news of the week that was, and hopefully you like that.
Yeah.
Great news, guys.
Great news.
We got delays, we got good news, and we got
AWA fight forever.
Right.
Yes, we got
that is the news part.
That is also playable at Gamescom. So if you're at Gamescom this week, it will be playable. Yeah.
Oh, वैसे which I think यहाँ पे we can mention Gamescom का we'll probably do a live stream, right?
Yeah.
अगर हो सके तो मैंने अभी I heard some किसी podcast पे Jeff Keighley went and he was talking about like it's a 2-hour showcase, 30 world premieres. उसमें से like not everything is new, like 30
But world premieres means new, ना? मतलब
जैसे for example अगर game अगर reveal हो गया announce हो
चुका है. The word premiere means for the first time, right? Like
I mean maybe
am I wrong?
I think ऐसा हो गया
not for Jeff Keighley.
Usually
most of
the have meanings, guys.
I think it's like premiering of that trailer or of that footage of gameplay या ऐसा कुछ.
Not just CGI text.
Yeah. Like
I mentioned
CGI text.
I mentioned some of the games which are there like जो Twitter में आया हुआ है. Some of them I've mentioned. Lies of P बोल के जो गेम है वो है.
Pinocchio वाला Bloodborne.
हाँ. फिर Subnautica के devs वाले एक
It's
game.
It's called Lies of P because it's called Lies of PlayStation.
Okay.
That is why they're not making Bloodborne again. तो उसलिए बनाया है.
Xbox
क्यों नहीं बना पा रहे हो?
बहुत सारे दिखाएंगे.
Don't have that save file.
And Kojima might be showing a trailer. मतलब फिर से अपना face दिखाएगा.
Overdose.
Fully.
I think वो पता है क्या कर रहा है? वो बस एक नॉर्मल वीडियो एडिट कर रहा था और उसने डाल दिया कि मैंने वीडियो एडिट कर रहा हूँ.
पर वो बार-बार आने के पहले ही तो वीडियो एडिट का पिक्चर देता है. हर बार नहीं देता.
But have you noticed whenever he says कि मैं वीडियो एडिट करो उसके 2 दिन बाद Abandoned का एक नया क्लिप आता है.
Okay, and that brings us to the end of this news video. Tell us if you missed something. Tell us what games you're excited for at Gamescom, and watch out for us when we do a live stream next time when we are at Gamescom. We'll see you on the next one.
Bye bye.